This episode of WDW Today is being sponsored by All-Star Vacation Homes. And, on your next trip to Walt Disney World, when you're trying to plan your trip, why not consider getting an All-Star Vacation Homes? That way you could have lots of great amenities like your own private pool, full kitchen, game room, movie theater, bathrooms for everybody. Everyone gets their own bathroom. These are just one of the wonderful amenities that a typical All-Star Vacation Home has. Check them out at www.allstarvacationhomes.com.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Friday, September 25th, 2009, and this is episode 622 of WDW Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com. Joining me on today's show is Len Testa, co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. And Len, I'd like to remind all of our listeners that you have your unofficial guide meet on Saturday at the Greensboro Barnes & Noble. But Len, I'm hearing that you offered free coffee, but from what I'm hearing, this has really tumbled into free dinner. Comment.
It's actually free dining, and it's buy 4 get 7. If you
buy four
unofficial guides, you get free.
Nice, I like that deal. Booking his airfare as we speak. It's Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Hi, Mike.
Delta.com. Yes.
/ do you have bags? Yes.
Also joining us on today's show is Mike Scopa, a senior feature writer and blogger for allears.net. Welcome, Mike.
I've been everything except a chicken and a peanut.
I've been in a chicken and a Cranium Command.
Nope.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I knew it was wrong. Chicken but a peanut. I don't know, Mike.
The blues, the reds, and the pinks.
That was spoken by, what's his name there?
Oh, this is great. Even you don't know.
Spoken by Mushu in the Magic of Disney Imagination. Magic of Disney Animation.
Very good.
If you say so.
And I think
can you prove me wrong?
No, I don't know.
Try it. Just try it.
I actually just saw the ride in August in Disneyland Paris, and it was the same spiel.
Of course it was.
And joining us on today's show is Rick Altman of Plano, Texas, a dedicated WDW Today listener. Welcome, Rick.
Hey, thank you very much. Great to be here.
And Rick was answered the call, if you will. We put out a quick call for listeners who were interested in helping them plan their next trip to Walt Disney World. And Rick is going to Walt Disney World November 11th through the 17th. And he's made some dining reservations, and he'll also be trying to throw in a little trip to Universal. Ooh, evil. And he's also going to be going to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which you're a big fan of, Rick, right?
Absolutely.
And you're staying at Old Key West on DVC points.
Nice.
Correct.
All right, so Rick, take it away. How can we help you?
Okay, kind of like to see what you guys think about the schedule I've laid out so far.
Okay.
And a lot of it is still a work in progress, but obviously we're arriving on November 11th.
Oh, it stinks.
Veterans Day.
Is that a Thursday? Monday?
Wednesday,
right. And I figure...
Is it Monday, Thursday, Wednesday?
You got 1 in 7 chance of getting this.
Is that November?
A few more seconds, we would have let it. You would have got it. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. The first thing I think we're going to plan is, I know usually we stay away from parks that are having extra magic hours.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In this particular case, the late night is at Animal Kingdom, and my son has never ridden Expedition Everest at night, and it's a rare chance you get to ride that at night, and I'm thinking maybe this time of year it's not going to be too bad. So that's going to be the park that we hit as soon as we get off the plane, basically.
What time do you land?
We land about 11:45 a.m.
Okay, so you'll be plenty of time.
Right. So is that a fairly reasonable thing to do, or do you think the crowds are just going to be too prohibitive?
November 11th, I think it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it is a holiday.
What's the holiday?
Veterans Day.
Well, that
right.
answers your question right there. I mean, it's Veterans Day isn't quite celebrated as it probably should, and it's not even a holiday that everyone gets off for. So I wouldn't be worried about crowds, Rick. I think you'll be okay in that regard.
Terrific.
And it's in the middle of the week.
Yeah, that too. So
Wednesday's typically a slow day at all the parks. Yeah.
And it's Animal Kingdom. So
yeah,
which no one likes. So good. I think you're okay there. Good.
Terrific. Then Thursday is the day we were planning Universal. Pretty much only to do the Rip Ride and Rocket and Simpsons, since we haven't been there in a couple of years, and those are the newest, hottest attractions.
Okay.
And I need some quality Dueling Dragons time. That's one of my favorite roller coasters on the planet. I just think it's amazing, and I never get enough time with it. And
Don't you think that's the longest
queue in the world? It is.
It is, absolutely.
Oh,
Thank God.
I went on there for the first time earlier this year, and I could not believe how long the queue was.
Yeah.
It's
It's
unbelievable.
So they're changing that for Harry Potter, right?
yeah.
Yes, they are. It's becoming Dragon something. Dragon Duel.
Dragon Duel. Which
No,
tells you exactly what's wrong with Universal, right?
Dragon Solo.
Exactly. No, it's Dragon something. Dragon Challenge or something like that. I just read about it. But
It makes the guys who came up with Stitch's Great Escape positively creative looking.
absolutely, yes.
Nice.
I'll tell you, Rick, that the one advice I'll give you is make sure you're at Universal for park opening, because it's just dead over there at Universal in the first 2-3 hours of the park, because people do not show up to the park quite that early, for 9 o'clock opening like they do at the Disney parks. And that was one thing that I did. And certainly with you going at a slower time of the year, I think you'll really be able to reap the benefits by being able to ride your favorite rides very quickly through the morning hours. And, either you'll get out of there quickly if that's your plan, or you'll have plenty of time to do other things.
Okay, terrific. And then I wanted to mention, I think this is a pretty good deal I found, as far as there's a ticket, a 1 day, 2 park ticket, park hopper, if you will, 1 day.
You said, yeah.
And it's
Shuttle.
$85.99, which includes round trip transportation by shuttle from the Disney resorts. And I checked, and Old Key West is included in that. Is that as good a deal as you know of that's out there?
Yeah, round trip on shuttles by themselves are usually $16 each. Round trip is probably $24 per person. So with the ticket, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and you got this through Universal, Rick?
Actually, I got it through an independent website I found, one of the travel websites.
Right. I mean, do you know if the shuttle's operated by Universal? Is it a Universal shuttle or?
No, it's Mears.
Okay. Well,
But Mears operates every shuttle.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Just give yourself plenty of time.
Okay.
And I think you'll be. I mean, it's a great deal. I mean, like from a financial standpoint, like Len mentioned, I mean, you'll probably make the money up right there in the shuttle cost. So yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
Okay. And then the evening is when we were going to do the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I figure a Thursday night is going to be, it's only the second night the party's being held. And I figure Friday, forget about it. So we're going to go with Thursday night.
Yeah, makes sense. Len, something just occurred to me. Remember we had a show a little while earlier this year where your master statistician, Fred Hazelton, came on to tell us about how at the studios, when Fantasmic occurs 2 nights in a row, the second night has lower crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Does that hold true with the hard ticket parties, you think?
I don't think so because, in this particular case, I don't because the following night of the second night is a weekend. So
right.
When it's Thursday, Friday like that, like if it was Monday, Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
or Sunday, Monday, I could kind of see it. But my guess is that
That was a shot in the dark.
If you got the choice between the two, between keeping kids out late and then having them impacted at school, or just having them sleeping on the Saturday, you'd let them sleep in on the Saturday.
Cool. So, Rick, you're a big fan of Very Merry?
Yes, very much so.
What's the what brings you back time and time again?
Christmas.
Just the right.
Happens every year.
That's why we pay them the big bucks.
Like clockwork.
Right. A lot of it is just memories. Living in Southern California, we went to Disneyland numerous times, and it was where I confessed my true feelings for my now wife about 24 years ago on the adventures of inner space during Christmas time.
You're romantic, you.
Yes.
Memories.
Like that girl, my mind. Very good. But and I love that. I love the parade.
I love a parade.
Yes, especially that one, the wooden soldiers. I have to see them. It's just it's just part of the holiday.
I'm curious what you like about it. Let's go.
Sure. So we figured to be there late in the day. The next day we're going to hit Epcot, and I managed to actually get reservations at Le Cellier at 12:50 for lunch on Friday.
Wow.
So, and I've never been to Le Cellier before, so I'm really
Rick,
anxious
you will
to
love
see
it. It is wonderful. It is
Good.
beautiful. It is wonderful. I would recommend a Scopa Tower, Scopa Special.
Scopa Tower special.
Scopa Tower Special, yes.
Does that include the chocolate mousse?
Oh, the chocolate mousse, it is very good. And don't forget the cheddar cheese soup. That is magnifique.
Rick, please don't encourage him.
Don't feed the animals.
Is that for lunch, Rick? Or is it for lunch or is this for dinner, Rick?
$12.50?
Yeah.
Well, that's different for you when you're in
Early
Florida.
bird special.
Exactly.
Seinfeld
Yeah.
episode. 4:00 we're eating dinner.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I guess we'd have to call that lunch. But, the lunchtime, are the portions really the same, lunch and dinner?
A bit small.
Smaller. I mean, if you're really lucky, you can ask your server if they can give you the larger cut of the strip steak. Sometimes they will, and sometimes they won't. It wouldn't hurt to ask.
Okay. Lunch is probably going to be enough anyway. I mean, we're really going to try to keep it down.
I would say just mention the words Lou Mangello. I'm friends with Lou, and they'll bring you something special
Like
For your
Mary
steak.
Poppins.
for your steak. Yeah, exactly.
If I come in and say "see ya," the first thing you're going to know.
They'll bring him a booster chair.
No, I wasn't even thinking that. That's nice.
Sure.
Yes. Okay.
And they'll be short with you. Okay, I'm sorry.
So we've got Epcot the rest of the day, and Saturday, crowds be darned, we're going to tackle the Magic Kingdom, at least part of it, because so far we've gotten both of the reservations we wanted. I got Crystal Palace for breakfast at 8:05, and we got.
That's
I know
nice.
you guys are kind of off on this one. I don't know, but we like Tony's.
Oh,
You know,
Rick.
we happen to like Tony's. I'm sorry, but it's nothing too fancy. Just the spaghetti. Don't even get the meatballs. It's just one of those things. Like I say, it's memories.
Okay. Well, I was going to say I like your Crystal Palace time. 8:05 is great because that way you'll have plenty of time to eat and you'll still probably be out right at park opening.
Right.
Exactly.
And we planned
like
it
you
like that. Okay. Is there any difference between the Wishes presentation when they're not having Mickey's Christmas party? Do you know if there's a difference between just the regular presentation and the Christmas presentation? Or is it the same all the way through the holiday season, no matter what the night is?
No, they. I think starting around December 20th, they'll actually switch over to Holiday Wishes for the general park. But before that, you only see the special version of Wishes during the Christmas party.
Yeah. So you'll see if it's a non-Saturday, there's no party. So you'll be seeing regular conventional Wishes.
Okay. Terrific. Any thoughts on Wishes versus the Remember Dreams Come True fireworks at Disneyland? Because for me, that's I think the single best fireworks presentation I've ever seen. Is that one.
So this is the one where they go through the attraction snippets.
Right.
Yeah, I saw it over the summer. The only so I love the fireworks at Disneyland. I thought it was really good, and it's just really long too. The one thing I thought was just a little, I don't want to use the word not creative. The one thing I didn't like about the fireworks at Disneyland was I'd been in the park all day and I'd heard those little snippets of the ride so many times already that hearing them again in the fireworks didn't really. I know I'm straight to hell. I'm going straight to hell. I know it when I die.
No, it's a valid point.
It was, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't that different from anything else in the park. It was kind of like they didn't know what to put in, so they put in classic quotes from attractions. And we all know that when you have nothing else to say, you say quotes from attractions.
Not time.
Did no one get that from me? So that was that. I think they're both good for different reasons.
Yeah, I love Wishes. I think it's really become a classic show over there. I know, Scopy, you're a big fan of it.
Yeah, I think that Wishes was the first real nighttime spectacular at the Magic Kingdom that really works well with the music and the synchronization and the narration. And I really think that Sorcery in the Sky was the predecessor for illuminations and for Wishes. I think that Sorcery in the Sky was the very first nighttime spectacular that really showed how you can put it all together. So yeah, I like Wishes.
Okay.
Rick?
Okay. Thanks. And then Sunday, we're hitting, of course, the Hollywood Studios. And I asked my son to choose between the Sci-Fi Drive-In and 50s Primetime. Luckily for me, he picked 50s Primetime.
Smart man.
So we actually got reservations there at 12:20, and then the rest of the day is just going to kind of be as we like. We've also got the park hopper option. So if we don't like where we are at a particular point, we can always jump ship and go someplace else.
Good.
So, and then on Monday this is where it kind of gets up in the air. We really haven't made up our minds. The only thing is, I would really like to try the Yachtsman Steakhouse, really? No?
Nah,
Well,
it's not what it used to be.
Okay.
It's dropped.
Wow.
Are you weighing it between something else?
No, not really. Le Cellier was my top priority, but then Yachtsman was close. I think I was kind of suckered in by Samantha Brown's show a few years ago. And I've always wanted to.
We ate there in December of last year, so okay, it could have changed in the last 9 months, but it's more expensive now than Shula's for certain cuts of steak.
It is very expensive. You're right about that one.
It's very expensive, and the food just isn't that much different.
No.
Okay.
I mean, it was, it's $40 for a decent steak there, not counting drinks, not counting appetizers, not counting side dishes.
Rick, you may want to try
Western Sizzlin'.
The captain's is it the Captain's Grill in the Yacht Club? Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not a bad choice. It's also much less expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good pork chop.
Is it on a par with the California Grill, do you think? Are either one of these on a par with the California Grill?
I don't think Yachtsman is. I think Shula's might be.
Okay. And then overall, as far as the dining, I don't think we're going to really save that much by going on the dining plan, which we're able to do if we're using Disney Vacation Club points. And
Go ahead.
For two people, it's $40 a day each. So it's $480, and I just don't think we would spend that much on our own.
No, I think if that's your gut instinct, I would say listen to it.
I think you're exactly right.
Okay. Because we've only made the 5 reservations, and one of them would take 2 dining credits.
Right.
So
I think you're leaning towards right, and certainly you and your son best. So you don't want to be put in a situation where you're like forcing yourself to alter your schedule because you have to make it work within your dining. And certainly if you do eat at Shula's, is Shula's covered in the dining plan? I don't think so.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
it is not.
That alone may be reason enough for you right there.
Okay.
We got time for one last question for you, Rick. So choose wisely.
Okay. It's the last day at the world, Tuesday. Plane leaves at 6 p.m. What do you do as kind of a last hurrah? What would you recommend?
Excellent question.
How many days will you have spent in the Magic Kingdom?
That'll be one evening, Mickey's Merry Christmas Party, and then Saturday. So far that will have been 2.
Okay, what about Epcot?
Epcot just Friday, and then probably Monday at Epcot since we're going to be near Shula's.
I think we know what the obvious answer to this is. Disney's Hollywood Studios, of course.
Okay.
Give me a
That's your obvious, man.
Give me a beep.
There's Toy Story Mania, of course, which we've never done.
I see.
And but I have to tell you, I'm a little put off. Not really put off, but it took the place of my beloved Millionaire Play It.
I'm with you there, Rick.
I sat in that hot seat 8 times.
I can't believe there's 2 of you in the world. Go ahead. You sat in the hot seat 8 times?
You must have learned from Matt, because Matt taught us how to do that.
Shut up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Got to have a quick thumb.
Yeah.
No, and I think, pardon me if I'm repeating this story. I think I might have told you on one of the live shows, but I actually won the cruise at the California Adventure Park.
Nice.
Wow.
Had a great time. And after the cruise, we stayed over at the World for a few days, got in the hot seat there. And this was not This was within a year after winning, I should say. Usually you can't win you can't win another cruise in a year, at least in one park. Now, I got in the hot seat. I got all the way to the 1,000,000-point question again. If I'd gotten it right, I could have had another cruise. And I asked the host at the time, and to his knowledge, no one had ever won a cruise at each of the parks.
So close yet so far.
What was the question?
Exactly. The question was Alki, A-L-K-I, it's two-letter words, is a Native American term for by and by, and is the state motto of what U.S. state?
Missouri.
Utah.
New Mexico.
Well, here are the choices.
Okay, none of them.
Yes. Choices were Minnesota, Washington, Oregon, or
it's definitely not D because you can't
something
remember.
else.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Oregon.
I'm gonna go with Washington.
Oregon.
Actually, Washington was the answer.
Oh.
Minnesota was my pick. And I kind of forgot about the whole North Star thing. But yeah, if you think about it, I mean, Alki sounds kind of, Native Alaskan, or as you might say, Eskimo-ish. And Washington
sounds Iraqi, like Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda. It did, yeah, really does that. But no, if I thought just a little bit more, Washington State is the closest state to Alaska. So, and there's like Yakima, Tacoma. There's a lot of Native American heritage there. So it
live and learn.
You take your chances. I mean, I got out of there with so I lost 4 pins. Big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, let me to answer your question originally, Rick. I would say actually what you might want to do is kind of call an audible on your last day and kind of see how your trip goes, and leave that last day for what you feel as you get to that last day. Which park would you really want to go spend some more time in? Because a lot of times, you go on your trip, and I really feel like something will happen. Maybe you'll have a really good time at a particular attraction. Maybe something will happen that you won't be able to go ride a favorite ride or two, and kind of leave that as an option for you over there and kind of see where it takes you. And you might, you and your son might decide, we really had a great time at the Magic Kingdom. Let's go back there again. Or, we didn't get to spend any time as much time as we would have liked at Animal Kingdom. I don't know why. But you can go for that option. So that's my suggestion.
Okay. And then of course we didn't even mention Downtown Disney or anything like that.
Maybe you'll sleep in, enjoy some of the other non-park stuff for you. Sure.
Exactly.
Very good.
No water parks for you guys in November, right?
Well, they're both open, and I really thought about Typhoon Lagoon. I'd really like to do that. Yeah, I double-checked a couple of days ago.
That'd be fun.
Sure.
Cool. Well, Rick, I hope we helped you out a little bit.
You sure did. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Anytime. And, of course, this show is being sponsored by All-Star Vacation Homes. And, if there's one place that you don't have a question about, it's where to stay. And that's going to be at All-Star Vacation Home because they've got wonderful amenities for you. Private pool, huge houses that are your own houses. No annoying kids in the pool except for your own annoying kids. It's wonderful. Check them out at www.allstarvacationhomes.com. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the WDW Today website at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scope, and Mike Newell, and Rick Altman and his son, I'm Matt Hodgeberg. We'll see you on the next show.
Stupid Judy, stupid energy.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.